What's that? I'll find a way. I will find a way. So this is Bob and Enduro. I'm with Aaron at Motozilli. He is, I've got my Tiger up here for my 10,000 mile trek that Ben and I just finished across the country. And while I was waiting, you guys know that I talked about getting super naked, and Aaron has been good enough to say, Aaron, how popular are these bikes?
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, as many of them as we can get.
Aaron, thanks so much. I'll much appreciated. All right, pretty excited. You know, I thought I was going to be on my laptop, just sitting, and the guys at Motozilli say, hey, why don't you take the RS? I've been looking for this bike, and it's been kind of tough to find in the area. The RS, the first impressions of getting on the bike, I would say, one, the look of it. I absolutely love it. I dig that orange. I just think it looks amazing. The other thing is throwing a leg over it. Now, you guys know I'm a bigger guy, but the first thing you notice is how light the bike is. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable. So we're gonna get the kickstand. First thing I notice is definitely an aggressive ride position. The pegs are up quite a ways, and you really do feel like you're leaning over. So I'm going to be careful. Last thing I want is to total a bike. But this is why I deal with Motozilli. There are so many dealers that, sit on it and then decide if you want to spend, you know, all the money. But yeah, my feet are definitely up there, more aggressive than what I'm comfortable with. I can definitely feel some pressure on my wrists on the front, but that rumble, oh my goodness. And you know how it goes. I think I'm just gonna turn right here, just to get away from traffic. Okay. Yeah, this is a different feel for sure. The, holy cow. You just get right up to speed. The mirrors are actually pretty good, you know, for being on the handlebars. I've read some reviews where guys weren't too crazy about those. Handling, Jesus, it just, like, here's my initial impressions of this bike. I already feel like I've ridden it. You know, it's just, I'm already comfortable with the brake position and where everything's at. I think Aaron said the quick shifter, you know, works up and down, and just like my Tiger, I mean, you're not touching the throttle, it's just shifting instantly. It really, really feels smooth. And the last thing I want to do is get a ticket on this. Okay, first impressions, smooth. I mean, just effortless. And you can tell that it's got so much more under the hood. The torque at low speeds, you know, just going, let's see, I'm in third right now, going about 35. It just feels like as soon as you get up to that 7,000, 8,000 RPM, she's coming to life. The torque down low It's there, and quite honestly, I think maybe it's just the triple thing, but it feels very similar to my Tiger. Yeah. Here's what's really surprising me about this is the comfort. It is not bad. It's definitely aggressive. Look, you're not going to ride across the country on this, but that's not what this bike is for. But just the flickability. I mean, it just feels so good. And the modes are pretty simple. We'll go to the road mode, see if we notice a difference. It's all in the mapping of how the fuel is delivered. Oh, I'll tell you what, that soundtrack, I could get used to that. It's pretty darn good. The seat is comfortable for what it is. Again, my legs are definitely up there, but again, this is, you know, when you're thinking the 765 RS, you're also thinking track day. And I guess someone got impatient, but I'm doing a review. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Yeah, this is impressive. But again, I can't say enough about the guys from Motozilli. This is just how they work, you know. Hey, come up, take the bike for a ride, see what you think. They let me do that with my Tiger, and you know, I was looking at other bikes, and they're like, nah, we can't do test rides. I'm like, okay. I was looking at a Norden 901, and you know, they wouldn't let me drive it. Oh. My neighbor once told me, he said, RJ, every time you're on a motorcycle, you have the biggest smile. Well, right now, my mouth's hurting because I am absolutely smiling. All right, coming into the 25 zone, that's definitely not the place to do a test ride, so looking carefully, I'm going to do a U-ey. Turn radius is insane. Yeah. She'll eat. You know, there's just bikes that it's kind of like they telegraph what you're thinking. Like, what do I want to do? How do I want to turn? How do I want to lean? And this bike, definitely, we're on the same wavelength. The way my wrists are, I'm not feeling a ton of pressure on my front. Now, I am leaned over, I'm leaned forward, so it's not like my Tiger where I'm leaning back, but it's not, I don't feel like all this pressure on my wrist and on my hands. You know, without all the stuff on the front, the airflow is perfect coming over. It really feels as if the bike, you know, there's no windshield whatsoever, but, you know, 45 miles an hour, it's comfortable. It's very, very comfortable. The suspension it's good. Let's check out these brakes. I know it has the Brembo brakes, the Olin suspension. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna lift the back tire if you choose to. But here's what I like, they're not grabbing. It is progressive, but with 2 fingers, you will be able to stop whenever you want. You know, one thing I love about Triumphs are their gearboxes. It just has this premium feel to it. And as I'm using the downshifter, there's no lurch, there's no pause, it's just putting me in the next gear, especially going up. I mean, the one thing I'll say right now, 10 out of 10 on the engine smoothness. The other thing is it feels balanced, and the vibrations are nearly non-existent. I really don't feel the vibes in the bar, even as I'm going up into the higher RPMs. Oh my. Yeah, there's a whole nother set of power once you get this into the power band. Man, I could ride this bike all day. Yes. RJ like. I am getting me a super naked bike. That's all I know. And I am try to be respectful on the rides. It is a new bike. They don't want a ton of miles on it, so let's see how she lugs. Go into like 4th gear, 25 miles an hour. Linear, absolutely linear. I don't think you're getting that big hit that where the wheel wants to pull up, but you're getting whatever power you want. And I can feel that if I go into the higher RPMs, you know, you're doing 70 before you know it. This is the thing, you know, do I want to go to the 1200 speed triple to get that ultimate hit? But where are you going to drive it like that? Where, you know, you're just going to get yourself in trouble. So that's why I'm leaning towards the 765 is for the size. Oh man. I am very, very impressed with this motorcycle. Let's go up to rain mode. And rain mode, just like on my Tiger, it'll actually just adjust traction control, reduce the power a little bit. And let's go back to sport. Another thing that I love about the Tiger electronics are they're intuitive. Now, Aaron showed me in 1 minute. He goes, here's how you change the modes, here's how you do it. But it's like you can figure it out, and I think because I've already ridden a Triumph, it's super simple and intuitive to get through the electronics. So going through the menus with this joystick and this button, it's pretty darn good. Oh boy. Yeah. That's exciting stuff. You know, after spending 10,000 miles on a bike, here's what I've learned. You just feel more alive. You just do. And I gotta admit, I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. I can do the touring, but this is what I really, really like. So that is the Triumph 765 RS. Kickstand's in a good spot. Easy to get down. It obviously easy to get on and off. I think this is one of the prettiest bikes I've seen. You know, one thing people say are the headlights. You know, it's got that bug eye or wasp look to it. And, you know, I'm indifferent to it. But from the side, I really like it. And that paint scheme with the flex in the silver. The suspension, I believe the way it was set up, you know, it definitely felt, you know, pretty taut. So I could see doing this. But overall, double thumbs up for the RS 765 Street Triple from Triumph. And again, a big shout out to Motozilli, Warren, Ohio. This is one of those family-owned dealers. They've been in business since 1976. And, you know, I bought one bike here, and you kind of know everyone. They, you know, the prices, sure, they're dealer prices, but it's not like they just take care of you. And even when you're waiting, they're so attentive. And it's just one of those dealerships that this is where I want to buy my motorcycles. So this is Bob and Enduro. Like and subscribe. And we'll see what happens with the Triumph Street Triple RS 765.